CBC headline, real estate agents caught on hidden camera breaking the law, steering buyers away from low commission properties. So an investigative report by CBC Marketplace allows them to deem the entire industry as corrupt. Really? Let's get into it then. Let me clarify something. Are there corrupt realtors in Canadian real estate? Yes, there is. Just like there's corrupt police officers, just like there's corrupt lawyers, just like there's corrupt doctors. Every industry has a number of people that will not abide by the rules. You don't paint the entire industry with the same brush. There's 130,000 realtors out there in Canada, and the majority of them follow rules, abide by the laws, and they do not fit into this little sample size of 3 agents that CBC Marketplace used. And they say they called 50 agents across the country. Big deal. 50 agents across the country said that, yes, there could be corruption in real estate. And I'm saying the same thing. There is, but it's a very small percentage. What type of an investigation takes a sample size of 3 and then goes on to extrapolate that and discredit an entire profession? You know what type of investigation does that? An investigation where the producers are focused on an agenda that focuses on clickbait titles, but lacks credibility in its investigation because they ignored a lot of material facts. Let's take a deeper dive into this and uncover what was left out in the CBC report. A Canadian homeowner refuses to use the services of a professional real estate agent and instead goes ahead and pays a $200 flat fee to a discount brokerage that lists the home on the MLS and leaves the rest of the work to her. So that's all the marketing, all of the advertising, and the process of selling the home was left to the homeowner. And then the homeowner turns around and blames realtors as to why her home didn't sell quicker and for more money. And then the CBC slags the entire industry. Let's drill down and take a look at some listing basics and identify why this listing took so long to sell. The first problem with the listing was the sale price. It was inputted wrong. It was listed as $14,750,000, not $1.475 million. And although it was fixed right away, it causes the listing to show up as a price change and not a new listing. What you want to do with the listing is you want to have as much attention as possible. When a listing is classified as new, you get a lot more eyeballs on it. When it's a price change, you don't get as many. The listing should have been terminated and relisted at the correct price so that it would have shown as a new listing. What should the CBC have done? A junior researcher at CBC could have made one phone call to a professional realtor with the MLS number or the address and asked why this listing took so long to sell. And a realtor, a professional realtor, would have gone through the listing step by step and identified the same issues that I'm pointing out right now. CBC Marketplace's second big mistake was stating that the commission offered was 1%, and this was the reason why realtors were shying away from it. That is not true. We will show a property to any of our clients, any of our buyer clients, regardless of what the commission offered is, because we're providing a service to our clients. And that service includes putting an offer on a property that they fall in love with, regardless of what that commission is. That's our responsibility under our code of ethics, and that's our legal obligation. And furthermore, even if the commission offered is 1%, a good agent will negotiate their commission based on the value that they are providing. The 1% commission was not offered on the listing. As we can see in this listing right now, the commission offered to the other brokerage is 1 cent. Not 1%, it's 1 cent. Again, not that it matters, but nowhere in this listing is 1% listed as a commission. And in fact, the only thing mentioned on this listing is 1 cent as the commission to the cooperating brokerage. A quick read through the listing would have informed the CBC that this was the case. Third point, and probably one of the most important, they're able to see all the listings. Now, what made this listing unattractive to buyers? There's a few things. Take a look at the pictures. The pictures look like they were shot in vertical mode on a phone. So you're not getting a true representation of what this house could offer. And professional pictures, virtual tours, they would have done that for this property. But take a look at what the buyers are seeing. And even if a phone is all you have to take pictures, turn the flash on. Do something to make these pictures look attractive, to draw buyers into your home. Furthermore, let's take a look at the room sizes and the details of what these rooms have. Usually you would put hardwood flooring or carpet or granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. This listing had no details. It did not even have the number of rooms listed with room sizes. It had absolutely nothing on it. So when a buyer is looking at this listing on realtor.ca or a buyer is being sent this listing from a realtor, there is no information on this listing as to what this house has for features and benefits. Issue 4. The brokerage remarks contained contact information for directly contacting the sellers. Now, brokerage remarks are not available on the public MLS, and brokerage remarks are only available if the real estate agent prints out a brokerage full copy of that listing. The way that real estate agents book appointments traditionally is they will call the listing brokerage. There was a listing brokerage on this listing, and that listing brokerage may or may not have answered their phone or returned calls to the agent that was trying to confirm an appointment. So to label that agent as not telling the truth when the contact information had the listing brokerage on it, who she could have been contacting, it's wrong. Further, on the contact information, I happened to email the seller from the information that was provided to real estate agents in brokerage remarks, and I received an auto response saying that that email address is invalid. What we've seen in this investigative report is that there's a lot of missing information that has not been talked about in order to sway public opinion. But CBC, I commend you for bringing this listing to the forefront. Not only to highlight a perceived problem in the industry, but to highlight what it takes to sell a listing. It is obvious from this report that it takes more than just an MLS listing to showcase and sell a property. There's marketing, there's advertising, there's professional pictures, there's a lot that goes in, staging. There's so much that goes in to the sale of a property, and only a true professional realtor would be able to advise you and guide you through those phases. Again, thank you CBC for bringing this to our attention. It's a great case study for us to work off of and to show people how much work it actually takes to sell a listing for the right price and the right amount of time. Whether you're entering the real estate market for the first time or you're a savvy seller or buyer, we want to hear from you. Real estate agents, drop me a line as well. Let me know your thoughts on this story and let's continue the conversation.